Have you ever wondered what makes your favorite apps and websites feel so snappy and quick? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret. It's a really powerful idea called caching, and we're going to talk about one of its biggest stars, a tool called Redis. You know that feeling, right? You're just staring at a loading screen, tapping your fingers, waiting and waiting. It's probably one of the most annoying things about our digital lives. But what's actually going on behind the scenes? What causes that slowdown? A lot of the time, the problem is actually pretty simple. The app is just doing the same exact work again and again and again. It's fetching the same data, doing the same calculations. It's just not very efficient, and that's what makes things feel so sluggish. To really get what's happening, let's use an analogy that's super easy to understand. Imagine your app is a chef, and its job is to cook you a meal as fast as it possibly can. Now, imagine that chef drove to the big supermarket across town every single time they needed one egg or a splash of milk. It would take forever just to make breakfast, right? It wouldn't make any sense. Instead, you keep the common stuff you use all the time nearby, right there on your fridge for quick access. And that idea right there is exactly what in-memory caching is. It is the app's fridge. The main database is the supermarket. It's far away and takes a while to get to. The cache is the fridge. It's right there, super fast and easy to grab from. So if caching is the idea of having a fridge, then you can think of Redis as the ultimate, top-of-the-line, super smart fridge for your app's data. It's a tool that is purpose-built to be amazing at this one job. So what is Redis exactly? Well, it's a special system that stores information directly in the computer's RAM. Now, RAM is just the computer's really fast short-term memory. Getting something from RAM is like grabbing a pen off your desk. Getting it from a regular database is like having to walk to a file cabinet in another room. That's why being in memory is the whole secret to its speed. So how does this all work in real life? Let's walk through it step by step. First, your app needs some data. The very first thing it does is check the fast cache. It checks Redis. It asks a simple question. Is the data here? If the answer is yes, boom, that's a cache hit. Success. The data is served up instantly. But if the answer is no, well, that's called a cache miss. It's no big deal. The app just has to go the long way, to the main database, to get the info. But, and this is the clever part, on its way back, it saves a copy in Redis. Why? So that the next time it needs it, it'll be a super fast cache hit. So, a cache hit, that's the big win. That is what we're aiming for. It means the system worked perfectly, it avoided the slow trip to the database, and got you your information at top speed. Every single cache hit makes the app feel faster. And a cache miss, that isn't a failure at all. It's just the first step to making the cache even smarter for the future. The app does the slow work this one time, but then it prepares for the next time by storing the result. The whole goal is to turn future requests for that same data into cache hits. This quote from Free Code Camp really just says it all perfectly. The secret isn't some kind of magic. It's all about location, location, location. Storing data in memory is just fundamentally faster than getting it from somewhere else, and Redis is built around that one powerful idea. Now, the super fridge is also really well organized. It can store different types of data in useful ways. For example, a string is kind of like a single sticky note, perfect for a username. A hash is more like a whole profile card for a user, keeping all their info together. And then there's a sorted set, which is perfect for something like a video game leaderboard, because it automatically keeps everyone ranked by their score. This flexibility is what makes Redis so powerful. And believe me, you are using this technology all day long without even noticing it. When your weather app shows you the forecast instantly, that's probably cached. When a news site loads a really popular article in the blink of an eye, that's cached. Even your login on a social media app, the thing that keeps you from having to enter your password every single time, yep, that's often stored in a cache too. It's like the invisible engine of the internet. So, what's the bottom line here? Well, without caching, things are slow. Apps do tons of repetitive work, and the main database gets overwhelmed. But with caching, using a tool like Redis, everything is fast. Work is done once and then saved, and the database gets a much-needed break. The difference really is night and day. So if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Caching is not about making computers work harder. It's about making them work smarter. The whole secret to speed is just avoiding repeated work. That's it. That's the principle that powers so much of the fast digital world we use every day. And that leaves us with a final thought. Caching with Redis is just one example of the brilliant, invisible engineering that powers our world. It makes you wonder, right? What other hidden systems are out there, quietly making everything work just beneath the surface?